Hi guys, I'm Lib
And I'm Meg.
and welcome back to our channel. So today we're doing something that we've never really done before. We're going to do a conspiracy theory video all about Adolf Hitler.
Adolf.
And Basil will be happy if someone said Adolf. Shout out to Baz. So today we will be talking about the conspiracy that Adolf Hitler didn't die when he committed suicide. Oh. We've which way is it? Doing a bit of research, that's it, okay, not that much. Jokes, there's 6 pages here. That's the most work I've ever done. About Hitler and what actually happened. So we're just going to kind of go through what the books say what happened, what actually was the report, and like what people think happened. What has been accounted for as
so
the real,
death.
the real story of Hitler. So Hitler and his wife Eva Braun, who had recently just got married, both committed suicide at the end of April 1945, apparently. It was at the same time as the Soviet soldiers marched into Berlin and Hitler vowed he would not be taken prisoner. That was far too dramatic, but we'll go with it anyway. So in his bunker, which he called like the Fiora bunker, which was in the Berlin. In the Berlin. In the Berlin. It was just in Berlin. Hitler and Braun, his wife, both took cyanide pills, and Hitler also shot himself in the head. Hitler didn't think the cyanide pills would work. I think he spoke to someone who was like, if you take these cyanide pills and shoot yourself in the head, you'll definitely die. But he didn't think it'd work. So he gave them to his dog, Blondie. Poor Blondie. And the dog died, which it would, because it had just eaten poison, and Hitler was probably distressed about it, so then he realised that it'd actually work. So him and his wife Eva, is it Eva or Ava?
I think it's Eva.
I swear
I might just call her Braun, but I feel like it might be Brown, so
I think it is Eva.
it might be Brown, it might be Brown, it might be Eva, it might be Eva.
It might be
So
Adolf, it might be Adolf.
We don't really know what's going on. So they both took the cyanide pills and a shot was heard from Hitler's death.
And it was about 3:15 in the afternoon that shots were heard, and it was Heinz, which was like Hitler's employee, who found Hitler and Eva dead.
So the bodies were wrapped up in rugs and they were taken out the emergency exit of the bunker, where they were doused in petrol and set on fire, so that they could, because Hitler was worried that he was going to be like paraded through the streets, because obviously he was pretty nutty.
Crazy evil. Pretty nutty like Snickers.
No, it was a very evil man, and obviously people would probably pretty much enjoyed to make fun of him and like stick his head on a turret or something.
On a turret?
Yeah, that's what they do in Macbeth, innit?
Is it? On a turret?
Not a turret.
Spike.
Spike. Same thing.
So Stalin wanted official proof that Hitler and Eva were dead. So on the 4th of May, Star Wars Day, he sent Soviet officials to go and like find the bodies, where the remains of 2 humans and a dog and the dog were found.
All bitten. So because the bodies were so bitten, they actually couldn't get a lot of forensics. The only forensics they could get was the skulls, and then the dental records from the skulls. But there is like accounts that Stalin believed that Hitler had actually run away, and he told American diplomats this. But obviously that could just be a bit of a tosh.
And then we get more onto like the conspiracy of it, and basically stories have started to circulate that there was a secret tunnel in which Hitler had escaped through, and leaving behind body doubles instead of him and Eva.
So there was kind of like things surrounding Hitler and body doubles for security reasons. He probably would have a body double. His friends and people that he was friends with, people that he worked for, things like that, had said that him and his body double were quite good friends, or they were, and he maybe wouldn't have let the body doubles be killed. But obviously, if it's your life over his, not like Hitler was a great guy, so personally, I don't think he'd be that bothered.
And so now we will move on to the more conspiracy side of things, and why this even started to circulate about why Hitler might not be dead. So there was declassified SBI?
Yeah.
FBI files that there was sightings of Hitler in and around Berlin.
Berlin,
was it Argentina?
But they were never like, oh, in Argentina. But they were never ever verified, so like it could just be people making it up for the fun of it. So there was a skull fragment found when the Soviets went into Berlin.
I think this one's like the most...
Yeah, this is the biggest one, yeah. And so it was found outside the bunker, and it was kept in a Russian federal office thing for a very, very long time. And this was kind of their, like, proof. This was it. They were like, we've got Hitler dead, whatever. In 2009, someone decided that they wanted to DNA test it because it had only just been found with a gunshot, and they were like, that's him. In a university, an archaeologist and bone specialist, Nick, good old Nick, well, good on you, Nick, mate, tested it, and it was actually found that the skull was from a under 40-year-old woman and not a male who was 56. So
yeah,
something gone on there, isn't there?
And we've also got down here that former Soviet and Russian officials have claimed that the skull was like one of the biggest pieces of evidence that they had that Hitler had in fact died.
Yeah.
So obviously this was like a really big piece of the puzzle which has been ripped away.
So instead of like having this thing, they were like, well, we've got the jaw as well with the dental records, which they did actually show to Hitler's personal dentist called Hugo. Good old Hugo. Who actually did confirm that it was Hitler and Braun. But what's to say that Hugo didn't lie?
Me and Meg had a good talk about this, because like if you were loyal to Hitler, or you would even help, for all we know, Hitler gave Hugo a big some money,
or what, like a house,
threatened him.
Yeah,
we don't
exactly.
know, into lying for him. So to take one man's word for it,
like obviously they probably did check and everything.
Yeah.
But like from what we've seen, I don't feel like that's a big thing of evidence.
No, me neither.
No. And alongside that, there's the thing of the body doubles. If the body doubles were that loyal,
yeah,
they don't think that. Well, no, I'm not saying they wouldn't have bothered to be killed, but like to be his body double and then for him to be like, I need to leave.
Yeah.
I feel like as a body double, if you were very loyal to him and you were very happy, you'd
and
be
many
like,
people were.
yeah, like it would help him. You would probably allow yourself to die. Just saying.
Sad to say, but
yeah, but like something went on personally. I think.
We now know what you're thinking. Well, if this worked and he did escape, where did he escape to? So where did he end up, Meg?
People think he went to Argentina. So a book was released by two British authors, Simon Dunstone.
England is my city.
And Gerald Williams. They proposed that Hitler went to Argentina on a U-boat. Do you want to explain? So
U-boats took loops to Argentina along with, was it with the Nazis?
Yeah.
They took them too, and it was the future president of Argentina who really supported the Nazis and was obviously getting lots of money from the loot that they were bringing in and things like that. So what it was suspected was that Hitler also went in the cheeky little U-boats with the loot and things and stayed with the future president, and it was with his wife
and the
future president's wife.
Yeah. So the future president's wife, I don't know if I've got this right, think they owned like a hotel type thing which was really well known, so then they obviously allowed Hitler because they were one, getting money from the Nazis for years, and two, they were really big supporters. There's a lot of German people in Argentina, so they were, you know, really supportive of the Nazis, and they were part of the Nazi team. Nazi. What's it called when you're like part of the Nazis?
Party.
Yeah, they were part of the Nazi party in Argentina, even though they're not facts from Germany. So they believed in the same ideas.
Now, who knows if this bit's true, but
we read this somewhere.
And what relevance it has. But apparently, around 1954, Eva left Hitler and took their daughter Ursula with her.
I have never heard of Ursula.
Do you know, this is what I said to Meg, all I can think of is like the Little Mermaid, so...
Yeah, maybe Hitler's a big fan.
Someone's probably found some sort of interlink as like, the Little Mermaid is based around Hitler and his life and his evil daughter Ursula.
I don't really think there's anything to do
Watch
with
my
that.
conspiracy, Mitchell Monday.
I don't think there's anything really with that. And then the thing is that Hitler died in 1962 at the age of 73.
I think the relevance of the whole Ursula bit is the fact that it shows that people have clearly probably gone a bit wild with their imagination, and it shows that if they're going to make up stuff like that, we don't, but obviously we don't even know if that's made up, but it sounds like
Yeah, the thing is, we don't know what happened to Hitler. Hitler could have died, or he could have been over there. We don't know if he had a daughter called Ursula.
Yeah.
He could have done what he wanted. He could have had 12 kids, for all he wanted. Like, we don't know.
And I think, all in all this tells us is, will we ever really know?
Exactly, we're not going to know. Like, we don't know if Elvis Presley's actually dead or alive.
Watch next week.
So, the book that was released by the British people who kind of thought the Argentina thing up or found evidence had a lot of people who claimed to see Hitler in Argentina. There was a lot of controversial things about the book, and it was later made into a movie. There was a lot of negativity about it because people were like, what are you on about? Because there was a lot of historians that had covered the topic and been like, 100% he's dead, get a grip, stop trying to make money. Cheeky.
Shoulder. Shrug.
Oh my god, one shoulder goes more than the other.
I don't even go forward, I just go up.
Oh, powerful.
And also, after Hitler supposedly fleeing and running away, many, is it Argentinians?
Yeah, I think.
Is that right? Or
Sure.
people
Sorry if you're from Argentina.
Yeah. Or people from Argentina were questioned, but because they were such strong supporters of the Nazis, whether he was there or whether they just didn't want to make any comment on it because they thought it was disrespectful because he died, no one would say anything about him, about whether they'd seen him, about whether there was proof that he was alive, proof that he was dead, proof about Ursula. They wouldn't say anything to when the officials questioned them about him.
So there was eyewitness accounts from Berlin, things like that. You alright?
Yeah.
And the person that kind of did the British side of the evidence, obviously all the countries would have wanted like a bit of the cake and been like, I want to find out what happened. There was the British person that did it, was not a detective. He was a medieval historian. I feel very educational talking about this. And he was kind of the guy that did the statements and wrote the like big thing for England to be like, Hitler's dead, here's the proof, this is what happened. And he actually was later found to have not spoken to any of the witnesses, to have used the Soviet witness accounts, so he'd just pinched what they'd done. But the witnesses that the Soviets used actually retracted all of the statements and said, no, didn't say any of that, or they said it, but they didn't mean it, they were just saying it because they needed to say something, they needed to like...
the big hype.
Yeah, and they were just trying to maybe cover it up, who knows. Also, I don't feel like it would have been very hard to escape Berlin at the time. The Soviets were taking over, it was very busy, very dramatic, and I don't feel like Hitler would have struggled to get out of Berlin because it was not like quiet. It was obviously it was never quiet. It was like a really big city, but like at the time there was a lot of things going on. Would you really notice Hitler was just strolling down the street leaving off to Argentina in a little U-boat? Probably in his U-boat.
Yeah.
In his chic little U-boat. So that was kind of the evidence.
Yeah.
That was kind of what people think. There's probably a lot more.
That's based mainly on the Argentinian story. I know there's
loads of different things.
there.
Yeah. Some people think he went to Spain. Some people went in Japan. Some people think he fled to the North Pole and lived under a base because the Earth's flat, and it's also not. What's it? The Earth's hollow, so he's living under the ground in the North Pole.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a bit far-fetched for me. I hate stuff like that.
But then, I think the real question is, what do you think?
I think it is very possible because he had a lot of money, for one. He was really widely supported, and I don't think it would have been hard for him. I think a lot of people would have wanted him to survive. His body doubles, I think, would have happily... I think they would have taken the place for him, and I think he could have easily got away. What do you think, Liv?
I don't really know. I'm very but I don't believe in ghosts and anything like that. I'm I'll believe it once it's been proven, because it's never been proven that yes, he did die and he's buried and or scattered his ashes, whatever. But it's also never been proven that he didn't die.
Yeah.
So I'm very both sides of it. Like I'm like, oh, I bet he did live for longer because his body and there's no like official
Yeah,
proof.
yeah, yeah.
But then also the other side of like, oh well, he didn't not die because.
It'd have been really hard to cover up.
Yeah, but there's also no proof that he did go to Argentina. There's only people's fate. There's even like, it's the old time equivalent of a prank call. Like anyone could be like, oh my god, I've just seen Obama down my street.
Yeah,
like,
that's it. There's no like actual. There was no cameras. There was well, there was cameras, but there was no phones. Like you know, if you saw like I don't know, someone that had died on Amy Winehouse, if you saw her wandering down town, you'd take a photo of her because.
Yeah.
But there wasn't that. So
Yeah.
like. There was no easy way to prove it. There was no, you know, when people are like, I saw Hitler in Argentina.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, did you though? And people look similar.
Yeah.
What are they called?
Doppelgangers.
Yeah, maybe it was
Doppelgangers.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Maybe the whole time there was a woman who just looked pretty similar to Hitler's wife,
Yeah.
a little child called Ursula, and a doppelganger of Hitler, and everyone was like, hey!
Or maybe that's the reason that they found a woman's jaw, because there was a woman who looked like Hitler and they put her.
Maybe
like,
she's the body double.
Yeah.
Is it woman?
But I think the sad truth is we will never really know whether Hitler
Fell
escaped to
away.
Argentina and had a child called
Argentina.
escaped to Argentina and had a
Child.
and had a child called Ursula.
I love that to be true. Like,
But either way, we'd love to know what you think. So you could either tweet us, Instagram us, send us a private message, or comment down below.
Easier.
Or you know, drop us a cheeky email at Libby and Meg do conspiracies now.org.uk.
That's not a thing, so don't send one.
So we will see you next time.
Make sure you like and subscribe for more videos because there's a few things coming up.
And if there is any particular conspiracy you want to hear, also let us know down below and we will try and cover it for you.
Maybe.
Goodbye.
Bye. Oh.
I
I was just about to be like, oh, we never take cute endings. You licked me.
You're welcome. You're not gonna say something?
I thought you were like,
It, like,
I thought you were like, it's something we always do. I was like, I've never said anything.
To be fair, we need to see with them now.
Should we just take a photo?